And welcome to another very special edition of the Biome Bash. Today we're going to be looking at the End. Now the End is the final dimension of Minecraft, and it is where you will find the End Dragon, one of the two boss mobs in the game. Now this is an end portal that I have set up. End portals are usually found, or will only be found, in end fortresses which appear in the overworld. Now they are pretty hard to find, but there is a way you can find them. You use Eyes of Ender. These can be made by crafting an Ender Pearl with blaze powder. And if you left trigger, it will shoot off into the sky. They're going in the direction of the End Portal. Now in the PC version, I think there are 3 End Fortresses in a game, or in a world. I think there's only 1 in the console version. So as long as you fire your End Pearls, you will follow them. Now, there is a chance that they will break, as one just did just now. As both of them did just now, actually. So, it is advised that you take several Eyes of Ender to help you find the portal. Now, once you get there, you will need 12 Eyes of Ender, or 9 Eyes of Ender, I think, to activate the portal, because there will already be 3 installed. But in case not, you will need 12. So I always carry 12 just in case, but obviously I carry more to help me find the portal. Now once you get inside the end portal, the end fortress even, it is quite hard to locate the portal. I have spent many hours in an end fortress trying to find the portal. In one case I even ripped an end fortress apart to try and find the portal, because it was just so hard, and even then I still couldn't find it. So without further ado, let's head into the End. Now, when you pop into the End, nope, this hasn't done very well. You usually are on an obsidian platform like this, and you're usually quite close to what is the only landmass in the End, which is this. It's basically a giant floating platform. Sometimes can have islands nearby, made of endstone. Endstone, it's pretty cool to look at. It is quite powerful in the fact that it is quite blast resistant, but obviously not as good as obsidian. But yeah, this is about the only block you will find in the End. Ah, there we go, the Ender Dragon is hanging around. I will talk about him in a minute. Now, in the End, as you'll notice, the place is densely occupied by Endermen. You'll find more Endermen in the End than anywhere else. This can make fighting the End Dragon a little bit hard, because if you accidentally look at them, they will obviously come straight after you. But as I'm in creative, I can look at them all I want. Now, that's the End Dragon. He is the final mob boss in the game. He's also the biggest mob in the game. And as you can see, he has a very large health bar, as do all the boss mobs have, as the Wither Wall as well. Now, if we take a look around, in the centre is basically a bedrock sort of structure. This is where the end portal to go home will be generated once you kill the End Dragon. If you die in the End, you will be transported back to the overworld, and we'll have to find the portal all over again and start all over again. Now, in the End, there are massive obsidian pillars, upon the top of which are End Crystals. Now, End Crystals heal the Ender Dragon, so if you didn't take out the crystals and try to attack the End Dragon, he would just be re-healed. So what you basically have to go around and do is break them. You can either do this by climbing up the top of the pillars and hitting them with a sword, be wary of the knockback, or you can use a bow and arrow. The arrows will break these End Crystals. Now, the final 2 End Crystals are usually encased in iron bars. So you will have to break down the bars to get to the crystal. Now once you beat the End Dragon, a dragon egg will appear on the top of that bedrock structure right there, which I will show you what it looks like after I beat the End Dragon. I'm not going to go into film me beating the End Dragon, because it will take a while. Here I am just defeating the End Dragon. This will be the last 2 arrows. And there we go. Once you kill the End Dragon, he will basically go up into the sky and explode. And he will drop around 70 experience, which will help you get to level 70. So like such, there they are. They're quite good. It helps you level up very fast, so you can put all sorts of good enchantments on your gear. Trying to collect them all. And as you can see, the portal here has opened, and a dragon egg sits of the bedrock pillar. Now, as I'm in creative, I cannot get hold of it. If I touch it, I will break it. But if you're back in survival mode, if I touched it, it will teleport around. Now, the best way to obtain it as a sort of trophy is to basically put a torch underneath it, or get a piston to push it onto a torch. So you can then obtain the block by it falling onto the torch. Once you go into the end portal to go home, the end poem will start, which has a screen that looks like this. It's a pretty thought-provoking poem, but I don't really bother with it. I can't remember off the top of my head who it was made by, but I know the guy is Swedish, I think. So yeah, that has been the end. I've been Sparksy, and thanks for listening.